The Batman. Welcome back, everyone.
Wow.
Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
We are going to be watching The Batman today. It recently came out on HBO Max, and a few of you reached out and told us about it. I did hear about it, but I haven't seen any trailers.
Nothing.
Did you guys see any trailers?
Nothing here.
See any?
Didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, most things, because they're so good. Not good, but like you guys don't watch anything really. So it's kind of fun to just do it on the channel, and we're just all completely blind to this. I do know a few things about it, not character-wise, besides Batman, but Robert Pattinson is playing Batman. So it's a whole new Batman, a whole new story. So I don't think this is going to relate to any of the Batman movies that we did see in the past.
All right.
So I'm really curious on what we're going to see this time.
Okay,
me
so
too, yes.
they'll probably have the other old characters too, like, Penguin, Joker.
Maybe
Maybe
they'll have a
someone
whole
new.
new twist on it. I'm kind of,
right.
I'm very curious, honestly. But, I mean, we do like those villains. We were talking about that during setup, where Kim was like, I really did enjoy Jack Nicholson as Penguin. Like, you thought he was, and I thought he was really good at that role. It was so creepy and stuff.
Was.
But, so Kim is hoping for the
Well,
Penguin.
he was the Joker, wasn't
Joker,
he?
yeah.
Oh,
Joker.
I'm sorry. Yes, he was
Yes.
a Joker. Wait,
Yeah,
who's the
Danny
Penguin?
DeVito.
Danny
Danny
DeVito.
DeVito.
My
He
goodness,
was
you guys are like,
phenomenal.
dude.
That's right.
See? I mean, honestly, we're genuine out here. We just wing it
That's
as we
right.
go.
I
And
like
you're
that
right.
one.
Thank you.
Michael
But that
Keaton
was
great.
good.
That was very
And yeah, so you want to see Penguin. I really like the Joker. As scary as he is,
is
I think he's an
scary.
excellent villain.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's
Yeah.
just conniving. He's crazy. And
my
he balances out Batman. Not really, but they're just like... they're
That's
just a
right.
perfect villain and hero going at each other all the time. And
Yeah.
I loved Heath Ledger. There's so many good Jokers,
That's
though.
right, yeah.
Really. I mean, everyone puts their own or has their own take on him. So I'm hoping to see the Joker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, everybody.
The Penguin.
And you know
DeVito.
what Mom said when we were setting up as well? She's like, I wish... we never see Robin on here.
right,
And I'm
we
like, I
don't.
know.
Oh, that was like the
That
original
was good.
series.
That's really nice.
TV.
Always liked Robin.
I mean, growing up, because I
Original.
am a twin, and my twin and I always watch things together, and he always loved Batman. I like Batman too, but I always loved Robin. And we used to dress up. Remember, we used to go
That's
into our clothes and just cut up. I was terrible. But I would take like socks and stuff, and I would cut them up and make masks and tie them around our heads and run around, remember?
Yes.
And Tom was always
Yeah.
Batman,
Oh,
or we'd
my
take
son.
shirts and cut them into capes. And we would just, this is when we were really little. This wasn't last year. Maybe like 2 years ago, and I was kidding.
Hopefully it was
But-
when I was supposed to be babysitting you.
I know, right? Oh, what happened here? They're so holy.
I say, yeah, is that what was happening with my clothes?
Yeah, not your clothes, my clothes, yeah.
Well,
That would take
my
yours.
clothes now.
That would be terrible, right? But yeah, so like, what the heck? I always use clothes that
Yeah.
we would only use going
Yeah.
outside and getting dirty.
Yeah.
I knew they were like not great clothes.
That's
I
right.
wouldn't use like new clothes or anything.
Yeah.
But and then we would reuse what we cut up.
That's right,
And
yeah.
so we had capes, we had masks. And even our neighbor down the road, he would come out and act like the Penguin. And he was like this big guy, and he'd go, wah, 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 what are you gonna do it? And he would like slow motion wrestle us, like funny, like
Yeah.
slowly drop someone to the ground and be like, I won this battle. So, anywho, yeah, I'm hoping to see Robin. I did like
I
Bane
hope so.
too. Bane was good.
Mm-hmm.
Scarecrow, there's a
Yeah.
lot of scary villains.
Yes,
Two-Face.
was very scary.
So we're going to be watching on HBO Max. Shall we get into it?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
The Batman. Ooh, is that eyes? Ooh, is
Is
that
it
reflection?
eyes?
I don't know. Okay, no, I'm just overthinking it. Yeah, I'm going to be in front
See
of
my
you.
reflection in your glass. Oh my god!
My God.
He doesn't want to.
No.
He's not fully
No,
pledged,
no.
right?
Like
He's only
initiation or
halfway.
something. He has to do something.
No! Please
The
don't.
poor kitty. He's scary.
He's not loud. It is him. And he just goes right into a huge group.
My God. Okay.
He's bringing.
No more lies. Ew, it's a thumb. Thumb drive. That's a terrifying.
Oh, my God.
Take a few out
Wait,
on the way.
yeah. Guess so.
Oh! Kitties. Well, maybe she is Catwoman.
Yeah,
Oh.
must be.
This is the Riddler speaking.
It is the Riddler. I was
Riddler.
like, makes sense.
Of course. Aww.
Ignore them all.
Approved.
Even how it's written, it's like... She even has like
Like
super long
claws.
nails and claws.
Yes.
Sharp.
Oh, you need a ride?
Not with you.
And then there's something on the
Sorry,
seat.
Oh, right.
Oh my god, the same weapon!
Oh my god, he's still freaking
the frick
alive
is
doing
that?
What's this?
Holy
Oh, yeah, someone's gonna go through something. Oh
smoke.
my god.
Holy
Nice.
crap.
Whoa.
He wants to talk to you,
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Wayne.
Oh my god, doesn't do that. You don't know that's a trigger, right?
Yeah.
You want me to?
Don't lose your head.
Holy cow,
Lose
was on
your
the
head.
top.
Don't lose your
head.
head.
This.
God, I don't want to see that.
Out.
Run!
Push him. Holy
He
crap.
stayed there? Whoa, that's a cool place. Woo!
Wow, look at that. Whoa.
Oh,
look.
fish in a barrel. Ooh,
Glider.
now he's gonna glide.
Yeah, that's right. Oops.
Oh, crap, but things don't always work out. Crap.
Oh, God.
Selena's back.
Yes.
Oh no, her friend.
Oh, is that her
Okay.
friend?
Gordon, get in. You can't do this. Fight. Just go.
Gordon, right here.
God,
It's too
Batman's
late
just
now, he
laying
can't
there.
even
Is he
leave.
exposed?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow,
it
what's it
is.
look like?
Whoa, look at that. Whoa.
I'll take that. Thank you.
I wonder if it's a...
Whoa.
Wow. The real wheels on there.
Do not enter. Oh boy, it's gonna be fun.
My God.
Oh, God.
Look at that huge engine.
Get this thing flying.
Ramp.
Oh yeah.
Ah, perfect ramp. Look at that. Ooh, he's gonna land on
Yeah.
top of him. Watch.
That's right.
Now that's a
Here it
sight.
comes. Yep.
You're in hell now.
I'm coming to get you.
What the hell is this? Good cop, batshit cop?
Who's the Riddler?
Let's make it easy for you, Alan.
No, don't kill any more people.
Do you know what I am? Any idea?
See Bruce Wayne or something.
You guys realize I'm still here, right?
He's all tied up too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Welcome,
Oh,
God.
gee, it's gonna be a fun house now.
Yeah.
The freaking
That's like
music
freaking shining music.
wasn't him though.
Obvious.
Be special.
Oh, and they're clapping. Oh, it's the big event.
Oh, no.
Holy crap.
His next victim is Bruce Wayne.
That was right. He's gone.
No,
God.
don't open it.
That's what he was. That's not good.
That's not fireproof. It's a bomb.
No, not Alfred.
No. Oh,
no, he's
boy.
No. Oh, he's still alive?
Yes.
I want to know why a guy like Falcone would owe you anything.
Because he's my father.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
It's a lot more dangerous than you know.
Oh, yeah, they did. Okay.
okay.
I know they had chemistry. Woo.
Gotham's legacy of lies and murder.
I hope that's not true.
What are you doing, Kenny? It's scaring her.
Oh, he
Oh,
even says his
damn it,
name.
everything.
Just take it easy.
Jesus, he's strangling.
Take it easy. Listen to him
Oh,
talk.
she's so struggling.
I got 9 of them.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
What a way.
It's a big gun.
Don't get your gun out.
It's a big metal tissue. She's
She
gonna.
is. Yes, she is. No.
They put it on there. Good.
Just put down the gun, honey.
This is for my mother.
No, didn't get him.
Did she get him?
He's quick. Hello?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, what the?
He's gonna be in the shadows somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
course.
he's behind her.
Oh, that was a good hit
Quick.
too. Yeah, they came in handy.
And she's got those long claws too.
Just the knee.
Yeah, just
Fame him a bit.
take his chunk off or something.
I guess we don't all work for you.
Good.
Good, that's for sure.
Spray paint your ass!
Oh crap. You shoot him? Good.
Good riddance.
Oh, terrible, but I don't care.
Yeah,
That's right, evil man.
This music.
Right? I don't know what's gonna.
Just the music
Oh,
itself.
question mark.
Oh, there it is.
This poor waitress.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, I'm gonna leave that shit
Oh
down.
boy.
This is what I wanted you to see.
This is the scariest cup of coffee I've ever seen. Oh, a question mark.
Alright, that's creepy because that's with purpose.
Uh-oh.
She's covered.
Don't let the bat out.
My confession.
It's all scribbled like an explosion.
Truth unmasked.
He knows.
I think I'm his last target.
God, and you see him, it's like,
He looks so innocent.
oh my god. Oh.
We've been doing this together. You're part of this.
We didn't do anything
No.
together.
We did. What's black and blue and dead all over?
Not red all over. God.
Let him get under your skin. Get out of there. Just get out of there. Where's security?
Hey man, I don't think that you should be touching that.
Don't talk to me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
A real change. Uh-oh. What's... Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh my god.
The flooding will happen so fast, evacuation will not be an option.
Oh my
Those who are
god.
not washed away.
All these wannabes.
Everyone's wearing his
Copycats.
costume.
Yeah, jeez.
My god, this is so sick.
Holy smoke.
God,
All his
this is
followers.
really-
This is
wow.
really scary.
Oh,
Oh, they're pulling.
see?
Crap!
See?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Batman.
And just on these beams,
Oh
too.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Surprise attack. You bastard.
Ooh, that was
Oh,
fast.
yeah. I thought she was gonna
Yay!
do it great.
Crap!
Come on.
Oh god!
Come on, you
Now
gotta
we need
tuck
Gordon,
your
come on.
Sleeve.
Holy crap!
There's no way.
Come
on, guys, up high.
No.
He's gonna fall with it. Yeah, it really shocked him. No way, they're gonna kill Batman in this?
Oh my god, look at the destruction.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not scary, I'm here to help you. It's good.
Yes.
They're so nice that he's carrying people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
On to
protector
the
of
next
Gotham.
Yes, so.
Good job, Matt
Oh, my
Reeves.
gosh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, that was
That was
great.
really good. I like
that
the
was
ending
very
too.
good. Yes, it was good.
I did too.
Me too.
Got some hope there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's going to be good change.
I hope so. God.
There's going to be corruption though.
Yeah,
And Penguin's
it's
going to
gotta
be in
be
the middle of it.
shocked.
I know. I kind
Sure.
of left it open for a sequel, so I gotta say I really enjoyed this one a lot,
Yeah, me
and
too. Yeah,
I
me
wanted
too.
more at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So now seeing Penguin and having that narrative of you know, there's going to be so many different places in Gotham separated or isolated because of the water.
Right, sure.
That, you know, Penguin's probably part of that, and we're looking at him, and now he's probably going to take over a big section. I know he's already a big boss, but now I think he's going to get even bigger here.
Yeah, and I think Riddler has a little friend now in the prison.
Who do you think that is?
Joker.
Yeah. I mean, you're in Arkham, and you could have a bunch of crazies there, yeah, but I think that was supposed to be Joker. And even, it was so dark, but you can kind of see the smile, I thought, like here. So I was like, oh boy, and then he's sort of laughing, and I'm like, oh, they will be
Joker.
A freaking scary duo. Like, that would be bad, because the Joker was always the worst villain to me. Like, he was so freaking terrifying. I mean, other ones were too, but he was the scariest to me. And then the Riddler in this movie, like, what a cool idea to really change it up, because the Riddler, I only saw him as like someone wearing a green suit with question marks all over him. And I was like, I don't know, like I just didn't expect him to be the main villain here. And, you know, like, what a good way to go about it.
Sure was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he
was terrifying.
He was a very smart man. He used, you know, his brains. He had a lot of hurt ever since childhood, ever since, you know, being an orphan. He was very hurt, and he wanted to get everyone back.
Yeah, he had a real tragic story.
What a way he got them back, huh?
Sure did. Sure did.
And to hear that side, too, when he's talking about being an orphan, and it's not like Bruce Wayne, where here, I mean, poor Bruce, too, he did lose his parents, and yes, he has money, and he is better off. Like, he has more help and stuff, you know, and he has provisions for him and everything. But, I mean, heck, like, to be rich is amazing, but I mean, he still had a great loss. I mean, to lose his parents, and he loved them so much.
He
like,
did.
that's so
and
sad.
He didn't realize that the monies that the Wayne Foundation gave to this renewal project wasn't even going to anything that it was intended for. It was just...
It was all corrupt money. Yeah, like, everyone just took a piece of it, and it's just greed and
the government
power.
Just took it.
Yeah, and to hear that narrative, you know, of the Riddler actually saying, like, you know, what he went through, and everyone else in the orphanage that was supposed to get the money or some of it, like, and all the suffering they went through. Like, that's extremely sad.
It is.
Really sad.
And you really had to hear it through, like, Mackenzie, you know, a guy that's low on the totem pole. You know, he had to say what was going on to really have it set into, like, Bruce saying, holy smoke, I didn't even realize that. And also, Bruce doesn't go to all the meetings. He's not in on, you know, what's going on with the corporation. You know, he's doing his own thing as Batman. So hopefully he will be more of the Bruce Wayne and get into what's going on with the corporation. Make sure the funds are going to the right, you know, right.
Yeah, this will be a huge lesson to really, I mean, he's so smart anyways, but, you know, in this movie, like, Bruce Wayne was more Batman, and yes, that is his true self, and to actually see him portrayed in this way, like, I think Robert Pattinson did such a great job.
I really liked him as Batman.
Right? I mean, he's such a different look and different kind of person. And when I heard that he was going to take this role, I haven't seen Twilight, right? It was called Twilight. I haven't seen those movies. I've always been curious about them. I know there's like vampires and wolves, but so I know he's like part of that, and you can't label someone, because that sucks, you know, because some people like only have that.
They do that for so long. That's what you're known for.
You label them for that movie or something, or as that character. But holy crap, like, this is an amazing role. I thought he did so well, and it was like a different look to Bruce Wayne too.
Yeah, he was more edgy, you know, like an edgy.
Yeah, he had like the, you know, messier hair and darker appearance, and he was gloomy too, like as Bruce Wayne. And I think because it's been a lot of time since he's been Batman, and even Alfred, yay, Andy Serkis, by the way, that was cool to see. I love him.
Thank God he survived.
Thank God he survived.
Thank God he survived, yeah.
But him also talking to Bruce and saying, you have to make appearances like you used to. You have to keep up the name. It sounds like he really went downhill over time being Batman. And he, usually Bruce Wayne, the one I know, he's usually very, you know, he puts on a facade of being this rich, you know, guy who likes to not flaunt it, but he's great with the women, and everyone likes him, and he's a happy-go-lucky guy. And but here he was very just, you know, quiet, and
he kept to himself.
Yeah, so he was just a very different persona here. So he was almost like Batman all the time in a way to me.
Right, and when Alfred was trying to tell him to be more of yourself and go, we're having this meeting, and when Bruce got so mad that you brought him, they're going to come here. It's like, yeah, because you won't go there. He reminded Alfred, hey, you're not my father.
Yeah,
but I think after everything happened and he was in the hospital with him, I think he understood that, yeah, you kind of are my, you are my adopted dad,
Yeah, and I am happy that Alfred survived. Thank goodness. Like, that really hurt all of us when he got hurt like that. And we just thought he was gone. Yeah. And for, like, Bruce to go in there and talk to him, like, he just learned something really bad. And here Alfred's waking up and going like, oh, and he's like, oh, you lied to me right away. I'm like, give the guy a moment. He's just waking up. But it was a very terrible thing that happened.
It was a terrible thing, but, it's not all about you, Bruce.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it is terrible. Yes. And it's like his whole life. Like, Alfred is his whole life. And he lied to him all this time about it. Right. So that was a huge betrayal in Bruce's eyes.
But he also found the truth about Carbone. So
it completely changed around. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was with Falcone. You mean? You
Falcone, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought you said something different.
Carbone, Falcone. Falcone. Yes, especially when he found out about Falcone, he was like, oh, so he lied to So now he knows the deal. Right. It was really Falcone. Not Maroni.
Falcone is Selena's father, too.
I know. Right. So we had all these surprising details where I was like, wow, like everything's connected.
And have bad man.
They had tragic stories, and you had this rotten guy who was pretty much the
he was the mayor.
Or not even undercity. He was
for 20 years.
Yeah, he controlled everything, and he had so many people under his thumb. And I love that scene where when Gordon, Batman, and everyone took out Falcone, like they went out and you see a bunch of police officers who weren't with him.
Yeah,
like it was good to see he didn't have all the control. Yeah, so there were still people against him. And, you want good to like take over bad. You don't want bad to completely.
You want the good cops to be outweigh the bad cops. But they did bring him to the light, and that's what Riddler wanted. And I think that in that case, I kind of thought it was going to stop because he stopped. Okay, he brought him out in the light, and no, it didn't stop there. He kept going. He had plans even after he went into the prison. Yeah. Only because he had all those followers. That's really creepy.
That was
creepy. And that's another thing with social media, because that happens. Right. Like, people get followers, and we love our followers, but
we love our followers.
Yeah, we have good followers,
but we have positive.
You get people who get so manipulated, and it's sad though, because a lot of them have tragic pasts, like the Riddler, and he had a lot of suffering in his life, and it makes you go crazy.
And it makes you validate. Oh, I should do this. I'm going to validate. But I've been through. And I'm going to hurt everyone else too.
Ooh, here we go. We got to answer goodbye.
Oh no!
Going to blow us up or something?
No, I know that was my thing throughout the movie. I kept saying he's going to blow us up. He's going to blow them up. He's going to blow them up here. Yeah, he was very creepy. He was a great villain in this. Like, I did not expect the Riddler to be like that, and that was great,
Now was he the kid that was kind of like sneaking with the when he was like standing in the church? Was he the first guy that was trying to breach the blockade? You know how they had everyone just standing behind the wall, so to speak, and he was just trying to creep out, like trying to be cool, and then Bruce or Batman was on the other side, the opposite side of the aisle, and he was talking to the other guy, so he must have been a follower.
Maybe,
I think that quiet kid. I think it was the same guy. I think it was the
Riddler.
Maybe
in hindsight, maybe
he wanted to be, at
Please
the scene.
Please let us know.
That's right.
Yeah, because that was a terrifying scene too,
wasn't it?
Where Coulson, right? That was Coulson who was driving.
Carlson or Coulson?
I think it was Coulson.
Oh, Coulson.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Coulson.
Oh, Coulson.
Okay. That's how I remember his name too. And I mean, it was really terrifying because you have these corrupt people, and with the Riddler, going back to what you were saying before, like with him shooting Falcone, I was like, okay, well, could that be the end? I thought there might be more after that, like Batman would be the conclusion, like he'd have to go after him at the end. But I was also thinking, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. I know this movie's 3 hours, so I'm like, I think there's going to be something major. So that was the only thing that made me think there's something a lot bigger going on besides just that. But yeah, like, all the people he took out that were corrupt, like, they were in a certain, they were in a lot of ways. And it kind of was justified, not that we want to see people die in these terrible ways, but I'm like, this is going to get really, distorted, and here he wants to like cleanse the city or show that this renewal thing is a bunch of BS. It never works out.
Right.
So let's just kill everyone and reset or something.
Yeah, and not only that, the mayor-elect, he doesn't believe her. I think she's going to make change. She's going to do change. Listen, we all know that politicians sometimes stretch the truth of what they're going to do. And, I mean, for him, his mind is just so fragile that he just takes them for their word, like Thomas Wayne did. So he takes them on their word, like they're going to change, they're going to, and then he just gets so upset when they don't. He just, goes over the edge like he did.
Yeah, that's for sure.
With this. And so many other followers do too. And they just believe the politicians.
And it's sad too because, like, Thomas Wayne was trying to do something really good for Gotham. And his money did initiate a lot of bad. He didn't mean to. He died, and then all his money was, corrupted. It went to crime, and it didn't go to where it was supposed to go. So that's what he's also blaming, because if he didn't do
because
that,
it didn't go to the orphanage. It didn't go to his needs.
Yeah,
what about him? He's a nobody.
And to have all those followers to actually, I mean, how planned out, like, he's a dangerous villain because he planned all of this out, was even tricking these super intelligent guys. I mean, like, Gordon, I love him. He's amazing. And I love that Jeffrey Wright played him. Like, that was fun. And I always loved Gordon. And him and Batman in this, like, their relationship was great because they were like a duo all the way through it. And there was no question on trust. Like, they had their moments of getting upset, but they totally had their trust,
Police station, that was a good scene.
Yeah, and you have these, like, super smart guys. I mean, I know they're not, like that. Like, I know the Riddler's, like, way beyond smart, but, and they're getting, left in the dark and just following trails of clues. And here you have the Riddler who is making all these different crazy plans where he knows, like, how to get into people's houses. He buys his time and he kills them in different ways. Like, he uses that blunt tool that he was using, but then he was duct taping the head and writing riddles down, and then he had the bomb around Coulson's neck, and then and by, like, he does all these other things you saw in that video with the cage around the guy.
With the rats
and
the maze.
And then it keeps building up and building up. Like, holy crap, like, to really think that twisted is like...
It was years of premeditated.
Yeah. And then the vans around just to flood and kill as many people as possible, corral everyone else into this one location so they could just be fish in a barrel and you could just shoot them all and they could all just be like, you can know how we suffered. And I'm like, that is so insane. Like, that logic is so freaking terrifying.
Especially for one person's... I mean, he was wronged, yes, but to take out so many lives because of it's unfortunate, because he didn't get the help he needed.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we didn't see all the death that happened, and when we're seeing quick glimpses of the flood first taking over and all the cars and people just getting swept away by just that alone, it's like, oh my God. Like, he did succeed to a certain extent, and I'm so happy to see the Riddler at the end, just, like, so freaking upset.
Oh, yeah.
That was really great.
He was so ticked off.
Yeah.
So ticked off at Batman. Because he got the fame. And it wasn't even about that. I mean, Batman got the bad guys, but he's not going to give up. He even left Selena. I really thought he was going to try to ask her to stay, but she needed to go. She needed to get... Her life was terrible with Falcone, so she just had to get the heck out of there.
And their relationship was great, too, because I love how she was established. I think that was her girlfriend. She said baby, but sometimes people have those kind of, like, endearments where they don't... It's not actually a relationship. Not that I call my friends baby, but, like, we'll have cute, like, terms sometimes for each other. But they really seem closer than that. I think they were together. And I was kind of like, okay, well, Batman and Catwoman always had a thing. So I was kind of curious how that was going to play out in this. And I was like, oh, well, maybe she'll just be like his sidekick. And I don't want to label her as a sidekick, though, because she's really good on her own, too. So they were equal partners, we'll say.
I thought she would have been great if she did stay with him.
Yeah,
if he
that
told her,
probably
you know,
would've been,
what's really going down. But she didn't like the thought of Bruce Wayne. You know, she didn't like that idea. Like, he was corrupt, too, she thought. So he would have to disclose that. And I don't know how that would fly.
We need another movie, guys.
We do, and he knows that she's in Bloodhaven. She says she's going to Bloodhaven.
And we've heard of Bloodhaven before in DC,
yeah. So she's going to go there. So at least he knows where she's going to be.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's good. And that was a subtle but nice scene where when they're driving off and they're kind of like having fun together and racing a little bit and going past each other. And then when they reach the end of that tunnel and then she goes left, he goes right. Like I knew that was going to happen, but they were parting ways. And it was like that one last moment of like, okay, well, this is our decision of what we want to do with our lives. And I totally understand why. And with Batman, with Bruce Wayne, he always, you know, protected Gotham over everything else in his life. Like he never...
Right.
He was already spoken for.
He was looking in the mirror too on his motorcycle.
That's what makes me feel like if there is a second one,
she'll meet again.
Involved. Yeah, because he looked back.
Yes,
to see
did.
what, you know, she was continuing.
And Zoe Kravitz, she made a really good Catwoman.
Boy,
I love how she was in this too. That was wonderful. Like seeing a lot of villains. We had the Penguin, who was so different as well. I mean, I thought would be, yes, he was a big boss, but not nearly as big as other people that we saw. Right. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, maybe he's going to build himself up in this series if there's going to be more movies.
Yeah, he did seem like a lower end. I mean, he was a crime boss, but he was doing the deal with the guys, with the Goonies, you know. He was right there with them with that drop manufacturing
the
place,
drug,
you know? So he was right in there. So if he was like a bigger boss, I don't think he would have been there, but maybe he had to be.
And even though he does, you know, a lot of crime, here he comes out and he yells at Falcone and says, "You're the rat, you're the traitor," and it's almost like making him seem like honorable, you know, even though he does a lot of bad things too, where it's like, wow, and it's like, oh, you're going to stand up now.
Better guy.
Yeah, so I'm curious where that's going to go. And he wasn't involved in that. He wasn't the rat.
He wasn't.
So he was actually innocent in that.
That's right.
That's right.
Not anything else, but everything else that he
just
does.
Innocent in that. That's
Yeah, and to have more of a backstory for, you know, Catwoman with Selena and learning who her father really was and how much of a monster he was.
Right. And just to see all the corruption of the DA's office, the DA and the people in the office down there in that Club 44 or whatever it was.
See, and that's what's so scary. I mean, like, we know there's a lot of problems in Gotham, and to have that much control for 20-somewhat years, I'm like, that's insane. Like,
and they're given their real names. Like, he really gave his... It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because some probably don't know as much. You know, they only know certain things. Like, Coulson was, like, all scared, and he was getting a lot of money for certain things. But, you know, some are more corrupt than others, but still, like... Yeah, it was very scary all the way through, and I want to say it was mainly very suspenseful because there wasn't a moment pretty much where my mouth wasn't open, I don't think, because I was like, what's going to happen next?
And I can't tell you how much I loved Batman's car. That was beautiful.
Good. Yeah, I was expecting like a huge tank or something, but I'm glad they made it more like normal car-like, like it was more like a sports car, but rugged.
And they kept revving it up.
Yeah, and had that massive freaking engine in the back.
I know Gordon wanted to get a ride in that.
Was unique. It's like, yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Like, you need a good car chase now and again, and that was different in the rain, and you just have the headlights, and it was just funny, like with the ramp when that one tractor trailer like fell
against
over
all
odds.
I'm
like, oh, we can fly. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I love that. I really thought he was going to land on the Penguin's car and be like,
and the pig was like, what? Oh, good, that psychopath is done. I'm done with that psychopath. No, you're not.
That was a neat scene, I know, because he just like flies out like Mad Max or something, and he just like lands, and then he walks out. And we saw a few scenes of that where Batman just walks out. You know, you just hear the footsteps. And that was actually different to me as well, because here, like, Batman is so quiet and quick, and you just hear the footsteps. And the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, wow, like, he's really loud there. So, of course, it's on purpose, because he knows. And he walks right into a group of people. Like, he takes on so many people.
Oh, yeah, on Halloween night. And he's like, well, who are you supposed to be? Like, don't you know?
Yeah, maybe he hasn't gotten around all the way yet or something, or he's just being arrogant. I don't know. But yeah, it's funny. But for him to do that, and even going into the club as Batman, like, he's very confident and just like, I'm going to go do this. And all these people are just like defending Oz and going crazy and fighting Batman.
Right,
and I'm like, you're going into like a club of hundreds of people. Like, you always have 10 plus people around you at all times, and they're all attacking you. So it just shows you how courageous Batman is. And he has an amazing suit, and I love the style of his suit with all the armor, and it's bulletproof. I love how you always see his face. Like, you have the cowl, but you always see, like, nose down.
Yes.
But I got scared a few times because I'm like, he should have all armor on because you can get shot in the face and people might start trying to aim for that.
Well, look at the cops trying to, take off, unmask him in the police station, and then he got up quickly. Like, they were so close to unmasking him.
He's lucky he woke up when he did.
Very, very lucky.
Mm-hmm. And that's another good thing where I'm glad Gordon had enough control, because I know he's the commissioner, but like, everyone was fighting. We know so many are corrupt, and here he's like, stop it, back off. And they were able to work together to have Batman escape. But at the same time, I'm like, you're losing control there so fast. And honestly, like, we side with Batman and Gordon because we know them in the movies we've seen and the cartoons I've seen when I was a kid. And you want to trust your leader, in the police department. But I'm like, here you have a vigilante who does wear a mask. In a real life, would you still believe that or be on the side of Batman? Like, I would want to think like, hey, yeah, he's here to protect the people. But you have this guy who does his own thing, and he doesn't kill anyone, thank goodness. Like, he doesn't shoot anyone. He's against that, and he tries to save lives. But here you still have a guy in a mask, and what gives him the right to do what he wants and be on his own terms, compared to everyone else.
But he has proven himself over the years.
No, and I mean, yes, for Batman we know, but I'm just saying in general, if you really think
in
about it
general,
realistically,
I don't think so.
Yeah, if you actually had someone that like just happened to always
proven themselves.
If we had a lot of crime and we were in the city and we had a police department where they had this mass vigilante that would go in there and work, I probably would have a different tune, honestly.
Right, like the mayor, like the mayor's apartment, he was right in there. And a lot of the cops, that one cop that we kept seeing, the reoccurring cop, like, he didn't want him in there. He's like, no, he's not supposed to be here. Even the chief didn't want him in there. Mm-hmm. But I just felt bad when Batman saw Mitchell's son, because he knows what he's going through. And when he was just sitting there by himself, he found
he was
his
just
father.
reflecting and
and then when he sees him again in the church, you can just see how
he saved
the
him.
pain in his eyes.
He saved him.
Yeah, he just feels for the kid.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't come into anything later because I was kind of worried about that. And I was getting a little carried away where I was hoping when we started talking about Robin, I'm like, oh, maybe they'll change his story and he'll adopt him or something. But he still had his mom, right? Because they showed him alone. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, no, that's different. But, that's one thing that bums me out is that we never see Robin in any of these Batman films, at least so far. So like, what the heck?
Come on, next time.
Next time we need Robin.
Please put Robin in there.
Yeah, but it was great to have Batman and Catwoman, and I really enjoyed their friendship during this. Like, they were kind of sexy. I mean, they totally had the chemistry for sure, but it didn't like evolve too much with that because she just lost her girlfriend before.
Yes.
And that was terrible enough. But they just hit it off right away, and they worked well together. So I did enjoy that a lot.
That was good too. Yes.
And Gordon was fun, like him and again Batman being partners and really working as really equals was really freaking awesome.
Gordon was great, decoding all those codes, those messages.
Oh wow, yes.
He really was.
Like the ciphers or whatever, it was pretty impressive. And Falcone, he was from Transformers, and he was also in Mr. Deeds. I think he's such a great actor, and him in this role was just so intimidating because just like how calm and cool he was about everything, and he had no remorse about all his bad things.
He had no problem lying.
Murders,
he lied right to Selena. He lied to everybody.
Yeah.
And he had no problem because he knew he was the boss. Mm-hmm. He knew he was the mayor.
Yeah. We had so many twists and turns in this movie, too, which I was kind of thinking we might have another origin story with this movie. And I kind of hope not, because we've seen a few of them already, and I wanted something new. So I thought this was a great new story. Different people, different faces as the characters, which was cool.
And even the secret with Thomas's wife, with Mrs.
that was a twist
with his wife's family. I mean, that was something they did not want the public to know about. Yeah. But in reality, I mean, that's life. I mean, that's part of what happened to your family.
And it's sad,
So, let it out. If you're going to be a public figure,
you have to.
Let it out.
Yeah.
And Thomas also making that terrible mistake. Like, he was naive and was desperate.
He trusted Falcone.
He did. And that was awful. So he actually got someone murdered unintentionally. So to have that was a shock, Like, here we see the Waynes as this ultimate like tragedy, that Bruce Wayne, like, he became Batman because of that, and it always it was a terrible thing for him. It was always torturing him all the way through his life. And they had some bad things too, but it was unintentional. Like, he wanted to protect his wife, and he made a mistake, and he had to live with that. And right afterwards, he freaking got murdered.
That's right, too.
That's right. And it's hard for probably Bruce to, think about, Selena's father did it.
I know. So everything's
right?
connected. It's so crazy, isn't it?
God.
Wow, yeah. Really well done.
Wow.
I liked it. I really liked it.
Me too. And Robert Pattinson, his like demeanor and his face and everything, like he worked really well in the Batman suit. Just incredible. I was very impressed with that.
Very good.
I love that glider that you turned out.
Oh yeah, that was actually pretty cool. It was like a squirrel, like a flying squirrel or something.
He looked like he was a little, that's a little too high for me. Okay, I'm going to do something. And I'm like, what are you going to do? You got cops coming right after you, And he's like, no,
you can't just, like how quick can you do that? Because he was like, boop, 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 boop. And then his outfit is so heavy, I'm sure, because it's like bulletproof. I mean, I know they have like different materials to make it lighter, but I was like, holy crap, So I like that, just makes it more exciting. Like, what's he gonna do next?
And just like gliding right through, like people in the offices, just like, what the hell was
that?
It's Batman.
When he fell into the water too, I thought with the suit being so heavy, he was going to sink to the bottom.
I kind of thought at the end too, because when I mentioned that and when he was in the water, I was like, well, maybe he's going to show people that he's Bruce. Maybe he'd leave his mask on, but I was kind of like, he's here for the people, and we seen those hints of people getting scared of him and not knowing, even that innocent man in the beginning who was attacked by all those Joker henchmen, and
that's right.
And he's like, please don't hurt me, to Batman as well, when he just saved him. And we keep seeing these hints, and that one crazy guy that I guess was the guy from the church, and he's like, I am vengeance. And I'm like, oh crap. Talk about a slap in the face. And Batman's like, I'm not that. That's totally not what I'm about. But yeah, so I love how he was called Vengeance. Like, Selena kept calling him Vengeance the whole time. I am the Knight. I am Vengeance. I am Batman, or something. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like it. I give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you guys for requesting this.
Okay.
And please let us know what you thought of this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know.
It was very good.
It was very good. So if you want to check out our full reaction to this, you can check it out in the links below. We have a big library of movies and shows you could check out. And we'll see you very soon, as always. Bye, guys.